Hi, friends. Happy September. I'm calling this Simplify September. And today I have 5 tips that can really help you focus on what truly matters to gain clarity and bring more peace to your life, especially as you're growing your business. And I'm sharing some lessons I've learned along the way. We make it so complicated sometimes, don't we? And maybe it's time to simplify. Grab that notebook and a cup of coffee and listen in. Let's go.
Welcome to Step Forward with Terri Mullen. If you're new here, welcome. If you have been following along for a while, welcome back, and thank you so much for being here. I'm a mom to 4 adults, a wife of 34 years, a midlife entrepreneur, and your confidence coach who transformed my own doubt into confidence to speak, write my book, start a podcast, and launch my own business. Now I empower other amazing women just like you to do the same. So lean in and learn how to crush that fear, amplify your voice, and build confidence to create your own impact and income. I'm here to encourage you and empower you every step of the way. Let's step forward. I was recently on a Zoom call with someone that I speak to regularly, and I was very excited about this call. I always look forward to it. But going into the call, I was really rushed. I'd had a pretty full schedule. I was kind of going from one thing to the other. I felt pretty distracted, and I grabbed my coffee to kind of sit down and just kind of relax. But I spilled my coffee everywhere. I spilled it all over my desk, all over some important papers that were on my desk. And as you can imagine, I was really pretty frustrated in that moment. But fortunately, this person I was speaking to, I talked to regularly, and we were kind of able to laugh it off, and she was able to kind of walk me through what was really going on. And it was a good moment for me just to pause and really do some self-reflection, because I asked myself, why did I spill my coffee? Well, first of all, there was way too much coffee in my cup, and I was trying to do too many things at once, and I wasn't really focused. I was pretty distracted. And I realized that in these moments, it's so easy for us to get frustrated, right? We get upset that we spilled the coffee or the tea or the water or whatever is in our cup. But the truth is, our cup's just too full, right? We're rushing, we're distracted, we're going in too many different directions. We're not organized, right? Or our calendar's just too full. And I realized I just need to slow down. I need to take my own advice, take a deep breath, get present, do one thing at a time, and enjoy the moment. And I was able to do that. And it was a really good time for me just to kind of do some deep self-reflection. And that's always really the purpose of this call. We kind of just keep each other accountable. And it was a great moment. But we do this, don't we? We get upset when we spill our coffee, when that's really not the issue. The truth is, my cup was just way too full. And I was really distracted, right? In these moments, whatever is in our cup is eventually going to spill over. That's the issue. What's in the cup? What's causing it to fill up so much? Is it uncertainty or overwhelm? Is it fear or doubt or just chaos or stress or lack of boundaries or whatever it is, whatever's in that cup, eventually it's going to spill over. It's kind of like, that saying about one thing that breaks this camel's back, that one straw that breaks the camel's back. It's the same thing. Like it's that final thing that just kind of causes that cup to spill over and causes us to kind of spill over. Everything kind of oozes out, right? So in that moment, I was able to pause and take a deep breath and just do a deep dive. And I've decided that I'm calling September Simplify September. I'm going to really focus. And so some of the things I'm learning, I really want to help you with. Let's talk about this, because simplifying can really help us focus on what truly matters. It brings clarity. It brings peace to our life and to our business. And so I just want to share some of the things that maybe you're struggling with as well, because there is a solution. Those moments when we're spilling over, we have to ask ourselves, okay, what's in our cup? What do I need to pour out? What's causing it to spill over? What things are depleting me? What's distracting me? And what can I remove? So I ask you the same question. What do you need to remove from your cup? Do you have a lack of boundaries? Are you pleasing others rather than taking care of yourself? Are you compromising too much? Are you giving away too much of yourself or your time because that need of approval when other people need you feels so good, right? And maybe you just need to stick to what you offer in your own business. And yes, it's important to go the extra mile. And as coaches, we all do that. But we have to be mindful and not get pulled in so many different directions and just constantly say yes to things that maybe we shouldn't be doing. Does that make sense? Number 2, maybe you have a lack of routine or structure. Maybe you're just not as disciplined as you need to be. Is your day controlling you versus you taking charge of your day or your week or your month? Number 3, do you have excessive stress Or are you overcommitted? Are you spread too thin? Are you taking on too many responsibilities and experiencing that really high level of stress because it might be preventing you from focusing on what truly matters in your life and in your business? And it will even keep you stuck. Number 4, do you have lack of clarity? Sometimes when we're not really clear on where we're headed or what we're doing, we don't have goals even for that day or that week, and we're indecisive, that causes us to swirl, and it causes a lot of unnecessary stress. So having goals and boundaries, all those things, even for that day, really matters. And number 5, do you need to make decisions? Big and small, right? All decisions have an impact on us. When we don't make a decision, it's just an added stress in the back of our mind, and a lack of decision really causes a lot of chaos and stress in our own lives. So I've been guilty of this. I share this in my book, how important it is to make decisions big and small. Otherwise, they just weigh us down. So what can we do to make changes and simplify? What can we do to simplify our life in September and our business? That applies to our business as well. Number 1, we need to set boundaries. Get really clear on what is a yes and what is a no. And you have to set boundaries with your own time, your schedule, and your technology, right? That means turning off all notifications. Data shows, I actually just read this, I find this so fascinating. Data actually shows that while it might take around 5 to 10 minutes to regain focus after just one brief interruption, the overall impact on our own productivity can be much larger. For example, if we get distracted frequently throughout the day, the combined time spent switching between tasks and refocusing can indeed add up to several hours of lost time and lost productivity. So while one distraction might not cost 2 hours of our time, the total impact of that loss of time over the entire workday can really be quite substantial. I find this so incredibly fascinating. Brendan Burchard says that he works on his business every single day until 1 p.m. You can't interrupt him. That's his focus time. And I just find that really powerful. He's much more easily distracted after that, but he said he's almost militant about that time. That's kind of his power time, that time when he's able to really focus. That's when he has really great energy, and he just gets done the things that really help move the needle forward for him in his business, and he's not distracted by all these other things. And I think that's so powerful. It's a huge takeaway for all of us. And I heard Jim Rohn saying recently that when you say yes to something, you say no to something else, right? We all do that. But saying no to time-wasting activities is really important. Saying no to projects that don't deserve your purpose, saying no to people that drain your energy is all really important. Every no to something insignificant is a big yes to something that will help you reach your goals. So I want to encourage you, as I encourage myself too, to stop compromising and giving away too much of yourself, too much of your time, and, kind of feeling that need for approval. We have to be really mindful of that. And for those of us that are coaches and people pleasers, really pay attention to that, because that can really pull at you, your heart and your soul, and saying no is okay. And I tell the story that years ago, my mother-in-law had me write no in big black bold letters and on a Post-it note and put it next to my phone, each phone actually, because I would say yes faster than I could even think about it. It just flew out of my mouth. And often I said yes when I knew it was really a no. And I had to learn to say no, because I got myself in so many messes, all with good intention. But that part of me that people needed me, wanted to please others. I didn't want to disappoint anybody. And so that need took over common sense in a way, and my own health, my own boundaries. So, and to be honest, I have now written no in big black bold letters on another Post-it note and put it on my desk to remind myself it's okay to say no. What is my no? We have to have no's even in our coaching business to know what's a hard no, because people will ask things of us, not with malintention, but they see that you're helpful. They see that you can help them get to where they're going faster. But what is that no? Where do you stop? Because you could just continue to go down that road of helping, and almost to someone's detriment. So I hope this is making sense to all of you, because saying no is a really good thing, and setting boundaries is so important. Number 2, set a routine and structure. Is your day, and that includes iPhone, your phone, and social media, running you instead of you manage your own day? When do you wake up? Do you start your day early? And what do you do? Do you jump on your phone first thing? Or do you grab your cup of coffee? Do you go sit outside, watch the sunrise, journal, go for a walk and work out, and then start your day? I know we all think we're so important, but social media can wait for us, right? And I've learned this the hard way. It's actually not great for our mind to wake up and feel so attached to the phone. We actually need to pour into our own cup first, fill ourselves up before we can pour out and do other things in our business and in our coaching and helping others. Make sure that you are a priority and create small habits and routines because it affects the bigger things in our life. Number 3, remove the excessive stress and overcommitment. Are you overcommitted? Are you overwhelmed by your responsibilities? Or are you saying yes to too many things, right? We talked about this earlier. Those things will prevent you from focusing on what matters most in your life and your business. And if you're feeling that excessive stress, maybe it's time to just step back and pause. If you're making silly mistakes, if you're spilling coffee, if you're not sleeping well, all these things are really red flags that you need to just take a pause and slow down and take care of yourself and remove the things that don't matter. Does it really matter that you post every single day? Do you need to do that? And why are you doing it? Are you scrolling mindlessly on social media, or do you have a purpose? Number 4, get clear on your goals. I know this seems really basic, but sometimes we have to go back to the basics when we're feeling overwhelmed. And I've had to do this too. I realize that when my cup is overflowing, it's really time for me to pause. I realize I'm not clear on my goals. I'm allowing other things and other people to dictate my time instead of me being in charge of my time and my goals and my strategies and all of that. Does that make sense? So I just want to encourage you to get really clear on your daily goals, your weekly goals, and your monthly goals. We're stepping into the last quarter of the year, and I'm sure you have goals just like me to meet. And I want to encourage you just to get really focused. Think about how many times a week you post. How many times do you need to post? And what are you going to post? Are you clear? Do you have a theme for the week? Do you have a theme for the month? And do you have a plan? If not, it's time to pause and get really clear. And finally, number 5, make decisions, right? Big and small, hard and easy, just make them. A lack of decisions is a lack of boundaries, and it creates a lot of chaos and a lot of excess stress in our lives. So maybe it's time to just pause, clean house, make those tough decisions, okay? We're not going to get every decision right, but making those decisions really matters. It keeps us stuck when we don't make a decision, and not making a decision is a decision, right? It just causes us to swirl, and it keeps us from moving forward. So these decisions that you're making matter in your business and in your life. Posting every day on social media is not a business decision, and I'm learning this the hard way. I couldn't figure out why I was having all this stress, but there are coaches out there, people out there who are teaching us that you have to post every day. And I've just heard Brendon Burchard talk about this, and I'm so on board with everything he's saying. It's actually destructive. We think that when we get on social media and we post and we get all these likes and people commenting, that that's the way we're really growing a business. It's not. When we're on social media, we're there to really help. We have to be really clear on what it is we're posting and what our goal is to try to help other people move forward. But it has to be a business decision, not just to post and get likes. That's not growing a business, and it's destructive. So I hope that helps you. I hope this empowers you today as you move forward. I want to encourage you to do these 5 things: to set boundaries, to set a routine and have structure, to remove all the excess stress and overcommitment, things that don't really matter, kind of clean house. Number 4, get really clear on your goals. Set daily goals, set weekly goals, set monthly goals. And then number 5, make decisions, big and small. Because if we don't do these things, other things take over our life. It takes control instead of us being in charge and moving forward, moving the needle forward with our business. When we don't do it, we just overflow with that stress, that chaos, that uncertainty, that doubt, and it leads to burnout. And it leads to that feeling of overwhelm. And we kind of become a hot mess, right? We've talked about this before. So set your boundaries, limit your time, create a routine, and take care of you. I look forward to the next podcast. My next class will start in October. I teach a live 6-week course called Speak. It is for new and intermediate female entrepreneurs. But if you're an aspiring female entrepreneur, you are welcome. This is a fabulous course to take as you're stepping into this new adventure. But it is intended to empower you and give you confidence to speak on video to captivate, connect, and convert your ideal client, because I believe that when we show up authentically as ourselves, video today is a really powerful way to connect with our clients, and it helps us grow our business so people get to know us. And I also teach, additionally, if it's something you're interested in, how to podcast, how to start really simply, because I believe that both video and podcasting is a really powerful way to connect with our ideal clients. It just depends on where your passion is. But SPEAK is actually an acronym. S is starting right where you are. P is the power of you, understanding what makes you you. E is equipment essentials. I talk about all the things that I use and why I use it. A is the art of storytelling. And that is really diving into doing short form and long form content and why it matters. Then K is crafting your content, giving you a plan to craft content that speaks to your ideal client. And then actually really understanding what search engine optimization is and why it matters as you grow your business. And then if you're interested in starting a podcast, that is now a separate class that I offer. I'd love to help you move forward with that. So I hope that helps you. I'd love to have you in my class. It starts in October. And then I also do one-on-one coaching. So if you're really lacking clarity and just trying to figure out what's next, I help you with that as well. And that's much more of a program that's devised just for you. And we do that one-on-one, really powerful, deep work that we can get you moving forward and get you unstuck and more clear on where you're headed. I hope you know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. Let's simplify September and let's step forward together. God bless. Have an amazing day. Until we meet again, keep stepping forward. Well, thank you so much for being here and for listening in. I hope you have a few key takeaways that you can apply to your own life. And if you don't mind, if you could take just a few moments and leave me a review, I would love it. It lets me know that there are people out there on the other side of this microphone who are listening in and this has had an impact on their life. And just leave those 5-star reviews. That would be so awesome. Until we meet again, know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. Let's keep stepping forward. God bless.